This right here is the Nova Go Sonic guitar by Enya Music, and it is a carbon fiber guitar but with a unique twist with it. So with this guitar, you can actually save different effects into the guitar. You can save amps, effects, reverbs, delays, modulation, and stuff like that. And you can output those sounds out the traditional quarter-inch output, or if you notice, there's actually a speaker right here for the guitar, and you can output those sounds out the speaker right here. Pretty wild. You program all of that with the app, and it has different presets and different ways to customize your own presets. Plus, like I mentioned, the guitar is made out of carbon fiber, which is also a huge plus. I'll be honest, when I first saw this guitar, I thought it was a little gimmicky and I was kind of on the fence about it. Now that I've had it for a few months, it's actually been really cool. And in this video, I'm going to go over how it works, go over the pros and cons, and see if it's something that's right for you. But long story short, I'm actually putting it as a permanent spot right here on my wall back here because this guitar has been really useful actually, and I'm going to go over why in this video. I do want to say many thanks to Enya Music for sending this over for me to check out and for sponsoring the video. Just as always, all the opinions in this video are my own. Even on a sponsored video, I always get final say of my reviews and opinions of these products. And if you do decide that this is something that's right for you, you can get 15% off using promo code ScottYuleMusic. There will be links and information down below in the description. That's enough the intro. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and let's go ahead and get started. So first up, let's just do an overview of the guitar. So it does come in this case right here. It's just a nice soft case, but it is nice that they ship with that. And you can see the guitar is here. And like I said, it's made out of carbon fiber, which is very nice. It makes it nice and lightweight. You also don't have to worry about it being hot or cold, affecting the intonation of the guitar as well. There's a lot of benefits of carbon fiber guitars, and I definitely am a fan of them. You can see there are 2 humbucker pickups. You have a 3-way switch right here. You also have a tone knob right here, and that is a push-pull pot as well, which is also very nice. If you use this just with the built-in effects, this just acts as a volume knob. Now this button right here is the magic button that you hold in order to turn on the built-in effects. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it, so I'm gonna have to adjust my camera settings here a little bit. You see how when I push it, it cycles through these different colors. So you can see there's like a blue, a purple, a green, and then kind of a darker blue. So you have 4 different presets that you can get in here. All of them are customizable, and I'm gonna show you some of the tones here in a minute. And this is also a volume knob as well. Something else that's nice about this is you do have the 0 fret up here, which is also a nice touch. And then as far as the inputs and outputs, over here you can see you have a 3.5 millimeter headphone out for practicing. You have a 1/4 inch out for just a traditional output. And you also have USB-C, which is going to be used to charge the device. And also you can record direct into your computer via USB as well, which is one of the ways that I will demo it later when I do the tone tests. One of the things I noticed that was missing from it that would be nice is if there was a tuner. Since it's a smart guitar, it would be nice if it had a tuner, but not really the end of the world. And they also have this magnetic strap right here. This is pretty cool. So you can see it has this slot right here, and watch, like it will automatically attach to it with magnets. So watch. Pretty cool, and it locks it in place. And this is what I've been using. I haven't had it drop off at all. Pretty nice touch. You do have to get that separately, but that's the general overview of the guitar. As far as the specs, I'm going to post them on the screen now. Go ahead and pause it if you want to find out more about it. But in my opinion, if you're getting a guitar with built-in effects and a built-in speaker, you're more interested in using it for those features. So for the rest of the video, I'm mostly going to focus on that. So how does it sound? It does come with some built-in presets. I'm going to show you some of those presets now. Some of these I'll record direct with USB-C direct into my computer, and some of them I'll show you coming out of the speaker just into this microphone. And like I said, you are able to program some of your own tones, and you can go in and edit this. So I'm going to show you some of the tones that I came up with first, and then I'll show you how to make some of these yourself. So let's go over how we make our custom tones. So you're going to download the Enya Music app, and when it shows up, you have a couple of different options of different guitars to connect to, but swipe over until you see the Nova Go Sonic and hit connect. Obviously make sure Bluetooth is on your phone, and it should show up assuming that your guitar is on. Just click the arrow button and we can start editing. So first of all, up here at the top, you can see clean, overdrive, distortion, and high gain. Those are the 4 buttons that you can change on that knob that we went over, and they're color coded. So if you want to change one of the different settings, that's how you change them. So let's say I'm going to go to my clean tone, and you have a couple of different options in here. This one is one of my custom ones, but yours will look similar to this. And you can click some of the presets and just hear how they sound. So if I wanted to use the soft cry one, or if I wanted to use the waves one, it lets you know which one you were using. And the same thing on all the channels. I'm going to go to overdrive, and you can see that I've made my own, but if I wanted to switch it to one of these other presets, I can. And you can do that on all 4 of the different tone settings. So let's go back to clean. I can click this little pencil icon right here if I want to rename it, and I can also give it a different background color, which is also really nice. I can also click the library button, and I can choose one of the different presets that are in here. And it's basically any of the presets. You don't have to stick with clean, overdrive, distortion, and high gain. You could have 4 different high gains if you wanted to. But the big thing that you want to do is you want to click the edit button right here. And actually, I'm going to go to a different preset just because I don't want to screw up my clean, because I actually like how my clean sounds. It is pretty limiting of what you get to do in here. So let's start from the left and work our way over. You cannot reorder this, just FYI, as of right now. So on the amplifier, you get 2 choices. You get the deluxe clean or the 100 distortion. 1 distorted tone and 1 clean tone. However, I think you're able to get usable tones out of it. I'm not looking for the best, amazing, pure tube amp tone out of this thing. I want a usable tone for when I'm practicing. So not a lot of features, but I think that's okay for something like this. And it doesn't bother me personally, but I'll let you make that decision. So let's say I chose the clean patch, and then I can start making adjustments to the volume, the master, and the tone settings, and so on and so forth. You just touch it and you can set it to how you want it to sound. Next one over, we have an equalizer, just a 5-band EQ, which you can make adjustments to as well just by clicking and moving them up and down. EQ is definitely nice to help shape the tone with such limited number of options in here. And if you don't want it enabled, you can actually just swipe it up, and now you can see that it's grayed out and the equalizer is not active. Next up is modulation. So you can either do chorus, tremolo, or vibrato, and you do have a knob for rate and depth for each of them. Again, you just click it and drag it if you want to make those adjustments. You also do have a noise gate as well, which is nice for especially for distorted tones. 1 delay. I do wish they gave you more options, but you have a delay in here. Probably the biggest disappointment to me is 1 reverb. Again, I'm saying this is pretty limited, but I'm personally not using this live or anything like that. I'm just using it as a practice tool. So I think it's okay. It is hard for me to realize that there's 1 reverb and 1 delay in this thing. Again, I'll let you make that decision if that's a deal breaker for you or not. For me, it's not, because I can still get usable tones out of this. And I have 4 tones that I like. So you can either save it by clicking up here, or you can just back out and discard all of the changes that you made. Over here we have the mixer settings. So you have a couple of different options for the different outputs. So you can set the volume when you're recording direct via USB, the speaker volume, the line out, the headphone out, all sorts of different options. I did find that the speaker volume you want to set to about 80. That's where I found it, and I'll go over why here in a minute. And then I found the OTG when you go into your computer, I had to crank that up pretty high. That's just me personally. You can set it how you need to. Under settings, you only have a few options. You can reset it. You can update the firmware, which you should do once you get it. And you can also set it to auto off. It's off by default, but I turned mine on to 15 minutes just in case if for some reason I leave it on, I don't want it to drain the battery. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward, but that's how you use the app. So there you go. That's an overview of the guitar. As far as my opinions of it, when I first was asked to check out this guitar, I initially was going to pass on it. I get asked to do a lot of review videos, and I turn a lot of them down. And I honestly was going to turn this one down because I thought it was kind of gimmicky and I didn't really see the point of it. However, I was like, okay, I'm going to give this a chance. And what I've found is that I've actually found that this is incredibly useful to have with me. I'm releasing this in July. I have 27 shows this month, so I've been insanely busy and still trying to do 1 video a week for YouTube. I've been driving myself crazy. But the thing is that I've had to learn, a bunch of songs for all my shows. This has been so helpful for practicing and learning songs. It's just been so nice to grab a guitar, take it off the wall, and just push 1 button, and I have like distorted or effect tones there while I'm practicing these parts. So my 90s band just recently learned an Offspring song, and it was so nice to hear this. as opposed to doing it acoustic where it sounds like this. Or when I've had to learn a guitar solo and to have delays and effects and distortion and stuff like that. And yes, I know that you can plug into an amp or something like that, or I could plug into my computer and load up software. There is something that is to be said about grabbing a guitar and just playing it, and it's just ready to go right there with no setup. Maybe that's a laziness in me. Let me know in the comments if you're the same way. It's just so easy to just grab this guitar and start playing. That is a very specific niche for sure, but man, it's really nice to have it. And then the first day that I got it, and this is a true story, is that I started playing around with it, and I just kind of set it to like an ambient clean tone and just kind of was playing like finger picking stuff. And I laid down on my couch and was just sitting there playing the guitar, and it was just so peaceful just to have those effects and those sounds coming out of the guitar while I was laying down on a couch, just kind of just zoning out. And no joke, I ended up falling asleep on the couch holding the guitar. I wish my wife would have like gotten a picture of that or something. There's something to be said about having this as a tool where you can just always hear those effects just in the room with you without having to plug into an amp or even an audio interface or a direct rig. Plus, I really do love the fact that it's carbon fiber as well. Carbon fiber guitars are just really nice. It's definitely not perfect though. So as far as some of the cons, so if you set the output of a speaker too loud, it will get really buzzy actually. So yeah, like. I did actually reach out to Enya Music and they said that it was because, you know, some people output it from 1/4 inch, some people output it from the speaker. And I believe that when I first got it, they had an older firmware where you couldn't separate them. So if you don't have a way to set the output of the 1/4 inch output as well as the speaker output, try updating the firmware because now you have that as an option. So just make sure your speaker output is set to the right level that it doesn't distort when you play it. And the other thing, I don't really know if you could really use this guitar in a live situation. You would have to have more effects and more programmability and being able to change, you know, the order of the effects and stuff like that. It has to be more programmable if you wanted to use it live. There also have to be some sort of foot switch in order to change patches quickly. Of course, you can always use this guitar without all the built-in effects and just use it however you would like. That's also an option. But as far as the built-in effects with it, I don't know how possible it really is to use it live. To me, I see it more as just the ultimate practice tool. And that's the guitar that I'm going to do when I have to learn to play a new song. So as far as the pricing, so you can get the guitar in black or white. You have options for either one. And it's currently listed just over $400. But don't forget, you can use promo code ScottYuleMusic or use the links down below in the description, and it will give you 15% off, which will drop the price down to under $350. Again, there will be details about that discount down below in the description. Quick update, it does look like they have some new colors actually. So if you want something besides black or white, you have these options for about 45 bucks more. Again, all the details will be down below in the description. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. I do want to say many thanks to Enya Music for sending this out. This is my main practice guitar that I'm going to be using. I'm very grateful that Enya Music sent this over for me to check out for the channel. And then don't forget to use those promo codes, and all the details will be down in the description if you do decide that this is something that's right for you. If you guys did find the video helpful, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button to feed those YouTube algorithm gods. It truly does help support the channel. I know how annoying YouTubers are when they ask for it, but it truly does help. If you do want to check out the video that I did on that acoustic carbon fiber guitar, the one that I absolutely love, you can check out that video. And also, if you do want some more features with like a smart guitar, Enya Music also has the Next G guitar, which has a ton of different features and pretty unique guitar setup. So you can check out both of those videos by clicking the links on your screen now. Thank you guys again for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at ScottYuleMusic. I post a lot about my gigs there, especially in my stories. Thank you guys again for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.